Iguales. Alex, Eala, a pleasure to have you here on the podcast of Iguales for the first time. I saw you when you just sit here. I saw you
Yeah,
playing with the Lego car. I mean, even if you can go like this,
kind of impressive, no?
yeah, it goes back and forth. It's a Lego. I
Yeah.
still can't believe it.
Yeah. Well, I'm super happy to be here. So pleasure to be here.
Thank you. I wanted to start this small chat asking you about life in Mallorca.
Okay.
How's the life in Mallorca? I mean, it's a great place to live, really.
Yeah.
How's the past few months been like?
It's been a roller coaster, definitely. With a lot of positives. I think, with the recent results that I've acquired,
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, things have changed a little bit, external factors, but overall, the day to day is still more or less the same. Yeah.
Would you say you really enjoy your day to day? Obviously, it's tough because of the way you train and stuff. But would you say you really enjoy your day to day life?
Yes, of course. I mean, I think that's so important is to enjoy, going through the rough things like training and many hours on court. So it's important to enjoy, and it's one of the reasons that you'll get, I feel that you won't get burnt out or something. Yeah.
Have you ever got burned out throughout your whole life probably playing tennis, or do you think you enjoyed the game so far?
There have been very tough moments. Especially when there's so many other things, tennis, like life is not just about tennis.
For
So
sure.
uh yeah, so there have been tough moments, but not to the point where I feel like I needed to take a break, or tennis has always just been a constant. Yeah.
Sang coming to this podcast this morning, and he said, for example, he started playing tennis when he was 6. He really enjoyed it from 6 to 10 years, but then from 10 to 15, he hated it so much because of the way he was training and stuff. But that didn't happen to you. You really enjoy it. Even when you were a junior, you really enjoyed it all.
Yeah, I think yes, I think so. And I knew that the opportunities that I was getting were very important to me at the time. And still looking back, I think that it's it's so special to have, to be able to travel the world, to compete, from such a young age. So not a lot of people can do that, especially not a lot of people from the Philippines can travel the world playing tennis. So I just considered myself to be very lucky. Yeah.
Are you looking forward? You just mentioned your home country. Are you really looking forward to in a couple of years' time playing those Asian games, and then hopefully, I'm sure you will, the Olympics as well?
Hopefully, yeah. No, I played the Asian Games in 2023. It was an amazing experience. It was held in Hangzhou in China. The facilities were amazing, and it was something like I've never experienced before, because you have the whole building just for your country, and you get to meet so many athletes and hear about their stories, hear about their sports. So yeah, I'd love to do that again. And hopefully, in the bigger stage, the Olympics, LA 2028 is definitely one of the goals that I have. Yeah.
Is there any other companions of when you were playing the Asian Games from other sports that you really got to knew better and enjoy a relationship in a day-to-day basis?
Well, of course, the players from my team of tennis, uh, we were in and out together, and I played mixed doubles even. So we were only three people in the like in the tennis team, as opposed to the normal other countries would have six or five. So yeah, I think we got quite close. And I was able to meet a lot of the big Filipino athletes. One that I remember is, her name's Nesty, and she's a boxer.
Boxer.
Yeah, she's a boxer. So yeah, that's very badass. I say so many times that boxing is such a difficult sport. Yeah, and I definitely couldn't do it, but there's so many things that I can learn and I can implement from that sport to tennis.
Did
Yeah.
you learn a few tricks with boxing or not really?
Oh, I didn't dare ask her about the tricks, because maybe I'll be down in the bed for the next 10 days. Yeah.
What do you think you learn from other sports player coming into tennis then? Is it more about a mentality side of things or maybe even like technical stuff?
Um Well, I think a lot of it has to do with mentality because common struggle or common experiences is, has to do with the mental side of being an athlete. Uh, yeah, and I think that every sport is different. Every sport is unique. So there's a unique set of obstacles that present themselves in a career of each athlete. So it's nice to just see other perspectives and to be immersed in all of that. You see the boxers and all these runners. They're up at 5 a.m. when you just woke up at 7, and you feel like you're lazy. But so it's a good atmosphere to have. Yeah.
I was just looking down on my phone because I wrote down this quote that I saw on your Instagram. Even though things seem daunting, you have to give yourself a chance. Do you think, because I saw this and it was huge on Instagram, you're young, you're really young, but when you play or even when you're training, do you know that there might be a 5, 7, 9 year old Filipino that really looks up to you and maybe they want to be you in 10, 15 times, years time?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't thought about that yet. Um, I tried to think about when I was that age, 5, 7, the people I looked up to, Maria Sharapova, of course, Rafa Nadal. So I think it's a super important. Sometimes the first impression that you have of tennis is with the big players, and especially when they're from the same country as you, it leaves a bigger impression. And that's what I try to do is when I'm on court, I try to have a good attitude. I try to be as positive as I can, although sometimes, it's tough in tennis to be positive.
It is
But
what it is.
yeah, it is what it is. But I do my best because I know that, I'm a public figure, especially now. And I'm so flattered that people say that sometimes they message me and they say that they picked up rackets because of me or they started tennis because of me. So that just fills my heart so much.
I mean, it's wholesome. It
Yeah,
really is.
very wholesome. Yes.
You just mentioned Rafa Nadal. How is he like? I mean, we all miss him on court, of course. But you got the chance to be with him.
Yes.
How is he like?
I think he seems to be enjoying his retirement, with his son and his wife and his little family that's soon to, soon to get bigger. Um and he, just to be able to interact with him. If you had told me like 10 years ago that I would be doing that, I wouldn't believe you. But no, that's just another thing for me to be grateful for. Yeah.
And obviously, if we mention the academy, Rafael Nadal's first name that comes to mind is Rafa Nadal, but Iga Świątek comes to mind as well. Have you ever met her over there at Mallorca? Or
I did. She was the guest speaker or celebrity guest in our graduation. When I graduated high school, and I was super excited. It's such a good story. Because when I walked up to the podium, we took the picture, whatever, and then she said, "Oh, I'll see you on tour." And then I was like, "Oh, she knows me." Yeah. No. So, and she just came off winning Roland Garros or something, and my friends and I, we were all wondering a couple months before who would be the guest speaker, because maybe some years before we wouldn't be happy with Huke, and then we were super excited to find out it was her.
and what is it like to then go forwards in time, be in Miami, and just not even playing over there, but when you're just warming up before, just knowing that you're gonna play against her.
Yeah, it's wow. I feel like the warm up before is like it's such an overlooked moment, but with so much intensity and so much feelings just, rushing in, and a lot of thoughts. And when you look up to the screen and you see my name next to hers, it becomes real, and it makes you lock in really. Um but I was so fortunate to have my coach and my family to surround me and remind me what I needed to do, well, how I needed to work, and thankfully I pulled it off. Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
pulled it off, and it was an amazing tournament at Miami. But one thing that I really like yesterday, when you were just upstairs doing the draw and everything, You were talking with Annabelle about how when it comes to those lockers and stuff, obviously you look up to people, but then everyone seems to be equal on the same level. And have you felt like this like throughout your whole career, maybe just a year ago and now? Like, do you feel the same inside that?
For me personally, I feel the same. I don't think that people look at me differently then and now. Of course, before, when these big players used to come into the locker room, they have this aura, and it can be intimidating. But the more you see them, the more you realize, okay, it's just another person, and then you have to try to emulate that on court. It's just another person. Yeah.
That's a great message, really, from also the people at home, that to remind them that you're
We are,
just
people.
real persons. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to jump because we're heading into the end of the chat. I want to jump onto a quick quiz. Doing
Oh
on
my
this
gosh.
podcast.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard for you because you're so young, but
No, it's about tennis history or something. Yeah.
kind of. I'm asking everyone that comes into the podcast about the last 10 winners of MUTUA Madrid Open, and we're gonna talk, in your case, about WTA, about women tennis. How do you think you'll get? What, 3, 4 right? 10? It's out of 10.
I have to get right by the year.
I'm gonna say the year. You're gonna say what name comes to mind.
Oh, gee.
I think you could
Girl,
I think you can get some.
I'm trying to remember. I remember that last year the final was Świątek and Sabalenka.
It was
And it was an amazing final. So close that I don't remember who won. um I'm gonna say Świątek.
That's one.
Yes.
Yes, good. We go back.
Can I get hints? Because before that I really don't remember. the
Okay,
name.
okay. 2023. It's you mentioned this name in the interview. Just a few seconds ago.
Pabalek.
Yes, it is. We go back to 2022, and it's a Tunisian name.
Ons Javor.
2021.
Yes, I remember that.
Not a hint on this one.
No,
No, not a hint on this one.
not a hint. Świątek.
Sabalenka, but
Sabalenka. Okay.
2019.
God.
I can tell
Guys, let me tell you, in 2019, I was so far from the WTA tour that this was not
it's
not in my range of knowledge.
it's a Drake song, actually. Kiki, do you love me? If I say that,
Kiki Mertens?
Yes,
Kiki Mertens?
yes.
Oh my
That's
god.
it.
She's not playing anymore. Oh.
2018. It starts with P, first name.
Petra Kvitova.
Yes, it is. Now, if we go to 2017 and 2016, she won it twice.
Double. Okay, let me. Halep, no?
Yes, you're killing it.
God, I'm doing great.
2015. Again, we mentioned her in this quiz.
Kiki Bertens? No.
No, it's Petra, but
Petra.
shout-
Okay, good
shout.
try,
And
good
then
try. Okay.
2014, one of the biggest names in the history.
2014, I was 9 years old.
Jesus Christ.
um, Serena Williams.
Maria Sharapova. but
Okay.
but that's a good
shit. Let me change my question. Let me change my answer. Maria Sharapova.
let's go for it. Anyways, thank you
Thank
so
you
so much for your time.
Thank you. It was so fun.
Hope you had fun in
Yes,
this
I
in
did.
this light
I did.
interview, and all the best now in the tournament. I'm sure we're gonna enjoy seeing you seeing you play up there.